I want to talk about masculinity. I hear conservative politicians and pundits saying, oh, they're coming for your masculinity. They're waging a war on masculinity. We need to make men masculine again. I have a real problem with this. I've focused on specific components one at a time in my life to try to improve the quality of my life. It was going to school. I went to school. Okay, now what? Got to get a job. Got a job. Is this a job I like? Not really. So I went back and got a different job. I was living in a place and I said, is this a place I like living? And I was like, not really. So I moved to a place and then I was like, okay, I'm here. I've got a place that feels like home. It's like, well, I should probably go to therapy because everyone needs therapy. And so I went to therapy and I worked on some things and that led me to realize that I needed to be medicated. And so I got medicated. And all of these things have been good decisions. The decision that led to the biggest happiness increase in my life was the decision to not let masculinity dictate what I'm supposed to do, how I'm supposed to act. That teaches you not to listen to yourself. It teaches you to listen to the world around you, telling you what you're supposed to be. And what you need to realize is that they need you to think you need to be masculine. They can hijack your values and convince you that we need to fight a culture war instead of a class war. Masculinity teaches you two things. It teaches you to be unshaken, like I believe this thing and no one anywhere ever can make me believe otherwise. If a woman or a trans person or black person comes to you and says, I'm experiencing a problem as a member of that community, when they convince you that you need to be masculine, you say, no, I know what's right. America's perfect the way it is and we don't need to change anything. See the rant I have on change. And the other part of this is if instead of listening to what masculinity tells you you should do, you say, how do I feel about this? And is that feeling motivated by masculinity? If you listen to your feelings, that's going to mean you're listening to people. That's going to mean you're empathizing with people, which is the death of conservative values. When someone comes to you and says, hey, I'm experiencing this problem, it makes me feel bad, it makes me feel like this, your brain will automatically start making connections to times you felt like that, and you will start to empathize with those people.
I'm not saying everything masculinity teaches you is bad. There are good things you can learn from masculinity, just like there are good things you can learn from femininity. What I have a problem with is saying, well, I'm a man, so I fall in the masculine category. The good things that fall in the feminine category don't apply to me because I'm not feminine. We should be striving to learn the good things from masculinity and femininity and not categorize yourself based on which one you think you're supposed to fall into.
And so I have a problem with them making entire communities of people think that this is what they need, when in reality, they just need therapy. I'm here to tell you, I've come out the other side of it, and I have no regrets. There are literally zero downsides. They're going to tell you that men need to be masculine